Welcome to Mythos Chronicles. Today, we dive into a captivating tale from the Ramayana, where trust, devotion, and fate intertwine in the mystical forests of Dandaka. Join us as we unravel the story of Lord Rama, Sita, and the magical golden deer that set destiny in motion. In the peaceful forest of Panchavati, Lord Rama, his wife Sita, and his devoted brother Lakshmana were living a life of simplicity and contentment. Having renounced the comforts of royal life during their 14-year exile, they found peace in nature, and the forest became their new home. One day, as the sun cast its golden glow across the forest, Sita's eyes were caught by a mesmerizing sight. A deer, unlike any other she had seen, was wandering near their hut. Its coat gleamed with a golden shimmer, adorned with patterns of silver and bronze. Each graceful step it took reflected light like a jewel, and its eyes sparkled with an almost magical glow. Sita watched the beautiful creature in awe, unable to look away. "Rama, look!" she called excitedly, pointing to the enchanting animal. "Have you ever seen such a magnificent creature? Please, can we keep it? Imagine how wonderful it would be to have this golden deer with us during our time here." Rama, ever attentive to his wife's wishes, was captivated by her delight. Yet he felt a sense of caution, as he was aware of the dangers that could lurk in the forest. Nonetheless, Sita's happiness was always his priority, and he agreed to capture the deer. "Wait here with Lakshmana, Sita," Rama said, taking up his bow and arrow. "I will bring the deer back to you." As he approached, the golden deer pranced gracefully, almost as if teasing him, then darted away. Rama pursued it, quickening his pace as it bounded deeper into the forest. But no matter how swiftly he moved, the deer stayed just out of his reach, its golden form glimmering in the distance. What Rama didn't realize was that this was no ordinary deer. It was in fact the demon Maricha, a powerful ally of Ravana, the demon king of Lanka. Ravana had plotted with Maricha to distract Rama, leaving Sita vulnerable and unguarded so he could abduct her. Maricha, using his magical powers, had transformed himself into this beautiful, beguiling creature to lure Rama away. As Rama chased the deer, he grew more suspicious. How strange, he thought, that a deer could move with such speed and intelligence. Yet he continued his pursuit, not wanting to disappoint Sita. At last, he realized the truth. The deer was an illusion. Raising his bow, Rama aimed carefully and released an arrow that struck the deer. With a loud cry, Maricha resumed his true demon form. But before he died, he let out a cry that mimicked Rama's voice, calling for help. "Oh, Sita, Lakshmana, help me!" This desperate shout echoed through the forest, reaching Sita and Lakshmana back at the hut. Upon hearing what she thought was Rama's cry, Sita became alarmed. "Lakshmana, your brother is in danger," she exclaimed, her face filled with fear. Lakshmana, however, was more cautious. He knew his brother was a mighty warrior and sensed that this could be a trick. "Sita, do not worry," he reassured her gently. "Rama cannot be harmed so easily. He has commanded me to stay here and protect you." But Sita was inconsolable, overcome by fear for her husband. "How can you be so heartless, Lakshmana? If you do not go to him, it will mean you do not care for your brother. If something happens to him because of your hesitation, I will never forgive you." Reluctantly, Lakshmana gave in to her pleas. Before leaving, however, he took a moment to draw a protective line around the hut, a boundary known as the Lakshmana Rekha. This mystical line would prevent anyone with ill intentions from crossing into the hut, thereby safeguarding Sita from harm. "Sita," Lakshmana said earnestly, "please, whatever happens, do not step outside this line. Stay within, and you will be safe until I return with Rama." With these parting words, he left to find his brother. As soon as Lakshmana disappeared into the forest, Ravana saw his chance. He approached the hut disguised as a humble ascetic, a wandering mendicant in need of alms. Standing outside the boundary, he called out in a humble voice, "O gentle lady, would you show kindness to a poor hermit and offer me food and water?" Moved by compassion and unaware of his true identity, Sita came to the doorway. The ascetic's appearance and words seemed harmless enough, but when she tried to offer him food from within the boundary, he refused to accept it. "I cannot take alms offered from a distance," Ravana said, his voice solemn. "It would be against my code. A true act of charity requires the giver to come close." Reluctantly, Sita stepped over the Lakshmana Rekha to offer him food. The moment she did, Ravana dropped his disguise, revealing his true, terrifying form. Before she could react, he seized her and placed her in his chariot. The air filled with her cries, but there was no one to hear her, as Ravana's chariot ascended into the skies, bound for Lanka. As he carried her away, Sita pleaded for release, but Ravana was resolute, ignoring her cries as he carried her across forests, rivers, and mountains. In despair, Sita tossed her jewelry to the ground, hoping they would act as a trail for Rama to find her. Meanwhile, Rama and Lakshmana returned to find the hut empty and realized with horror what had transpired. Sita was gone, and the only clue left behind was the scattered pieces of her jewelry. Heartbroken and filled with a fierce resolve, Rama swore to bring Sita back, no matter the cost. This vow set him on a long and arduous journey that would eventually lead him to Lanka, where he would face Ravana in an epic battle to rescue his beloved Sita.